Hey, Matt.
Hello.
It's an old intro, but we're doing something different this time.
Trying it out.
We're going to try it out. We're going to see how it goes. This is technically a review episode.
Discussion, maybe?
Yeah. Review is I guess, the technical term, but we kind of do more discussions here of a game that we were reached out to play. They gave us two codes, one for you, one for me, one for both for Steam. And asked us to play it and give our thoughts. And so I said, sure, we'll do it. We'll give you guys your own episode, and cool. We're not paid. That's the other. Because what I guess now with this whole thing, we have to give out all the regulation things. We weren't paid. We were given keys. But that's about it.
Yeah.
So after that, take away from what we're about to say, however you want to formulate opinions on us. Usually you do anyway, so here we go. The game is called, let me grab my notes because I don't want to be wrong about this. The game is called Alien Scumbags. First off, love the title.
Off to a good start.
It's off to a good start. It's one of the, that title, it's an eye catcher at PAX.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm walking at PAX and you hear a motorcycle go by, if you're going to PAX and you see a game called Alien Scumbags, I'm going to stop and take a look. So solid name off the bat. Developer is Monster Finger Games. Also, fan of the name. It is a 2D platform horror shooter. It is going to be out on Steam on June 17th. So, from recording 12 days, it's going to be $5.99.
Did you know any of this going into? Did you know all of this going into the game?
Yes, I read their press kit prior to playing the game.
Okay. I don't think I was given any of that stuff.
No, the fun part is I gave Matt the key, gave him a rundown of what the game was based on what I just said, and went, go play.
See, you might have done that, but what I saw was game, go play, for podcast. And I was like, okay. Was totally caught off guard by the horror ambiance.
Okay.
Going into it.
Yes, very Doom-like would be
yeah.
Doom, and there's a lot of pop culture, air quotes, references. Master Chef.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah. Give you a little feature rundown before we really get kind of more into our discussion. There's 10 areas to cause carnage, lovingly handcrafted 8-bit graphics, original dark ambient soundtrack. There's a pickup bonus for new characters, guns, and more. And you can find out the real story by collecting audio tapes. Did you manage to find any of the audio tapes during your things? Because I found floppy disks, and I was pumped because who doesn't love a floppy disk?
Yeah,
I'm an IT guy, so
I found both.
Yes, same. I did find audio disks too, but I found the floppy disk, and I was like, all right, I respect that. The game is going to be 9 levels long, one boss level. A single playthrough takes you around at most an hour. I mean, if you're bad, air quotes, I guess. There are 3 skill modes. Right? There are 3 difficulty levels, which can change it in several ways. And there's also 11 characters to unlock, so you can play multiple times. I believe each character does have a different ability. We both got to the bunny with the was it increased hop.
Yeah, I'm not sure. So I had... Yeah, the bunny I'm not sure on. I know the jump is definitely increased.
Right.
And there was some parts of the game where if you held down the jump button, it would auto jump. But there was some parts where it wouldn't.
Ah, interesting.
Not really a big deal. I don't know if that was like meant to be that way or if it was a little bit of a bug, but it didn't affect anything other than me going, oh, okay.
Yep. That's really it for the actual factual points. Now we get to have our opinion time.
Yeah, where do you want to start?
First
Impressions, I guess?
Yeah. First, let's go first impressions. It's the easiest place to start. Initially loading in and everything, I was like, okay, I read this. Matt didn't, apparently, but I read it, so I was like, I kind of got like, all right, side-scrolling 2D shooter style. And I think I'm more inclined to that anyway than you. I don't know if that's
accurate.
True.
That's accurate. I guess we should, before you get into your first impressions, it would be a good idea to put a baseline down. And I thought about this while I was making coffee the other day. This type of game is not what I would normally go for. I think Nate delves deeper into indie titles, and I generally stay more mainstream.
Specifically, yeah. If we're discussing of like the size of game, yeah.
Even like, I mean, I don't often stray from big studio games.
Right. That yeah, and you definitely don't usually hit a platformer style type like that.
Yeah, definitely not a platformer. Yeah.
So there's your baseline. In playing it, I immediately, rather than wait for the game to tell me controls, I started just hitting buttons immediately, and I was sprinting everywhere, and I was like, all right, cool. And then like the next section I got to was like, by the way, you can hold this to sprint. And I'm like, been doing it the whole time, and just kind of kept running. Got through my first playthrough. I believe the difficulty I was on was Pussy, which is the first difficulty.
Mm-hmm.
Got through that playthrough, and I was like, all right, what it is. But I played on the baby difficulty. I played on the easiest difficulty. So why was I expecting a challenge? So I moved it up to Take My Boomstick. Good old Evil Dead reference. Bruce Campbell, shotgun or chainsaw arm, blah, blah, blah. Played on that one. Got punished enough versus on Pussy, where I was just like, I'm not even getting challenged. At least for me anyway. And then I played on Boomstick, and I died probably 4 or 5 times. I managed to still finish the entire thing, but I probably died 4 or 5 times. I was like, all right, now its hooks are slowly going into me, where I can easily see myself playing the entirety of the 6 hours. Like, just, yep, I want to get everything on the level, because there's the pro coins, the golden eggs, 100% obliteration, which is to kill every enemy on the level. Am I missing a fourth thing? The canisters on every level.
You said the egg, right?
Yep. Egg, coin.
Kill all the enemies. I feel like there was a fourth one.
Oh, now I feel bad. It might be finish the level. That might be just the fourth one. But either way, going back, and especially the pro coins, because the pro coins are like hidden in rather clever spots, that just like the way some of the levels you traverse, like one of them you're in a shotgun, you shoot it, you're in a shotgun. You have a shotgun, you shoot that on a like cart, and the cart just takes off, like skating down the stairs and stuff. I could clearly see, and I didn't go back, but I could clearly see that there was like a ladder at some point where if I jumped off and grabbed that, that's probably where one of my pro coins was. So I'll probably go back through and try to get 100% it type of thing.
Yeah.
Complete everything. Yeah. So I was impressed for not really having any true expectation other than like knowing what I was going to play, unlike you.
Mm-hmm.
I was pretty impressed.
I had no expectations going into it. And I played far less, but I was sold pretty early on. And then I played a few levels. It's been a long week for me, so I didn't get a chance to really commit to it. I played a few levels, and then I was like, yep, saving this for the weekend, and I'm going to play this weekend. So here's the deal. I started up, got to the main menu screen, was immediately like, what have I gotten myself into? And then, because it's a little clunky, it has that like, I don't know how to describe it, the feel to the main menu. I'm like, oh, this is going to be something else. Like, this isn't going to be an interesting experience. And then I hit new game, and then that fucking cutscene comes up with this cliche sergeant
yep,
with his eyes bugging out, and he's screaming at you, and I'm like, I don't know what this is, but this is fucking great. And I literally said that. I'm like, this is fucking great. And Samantha came in, and she's like, what is this? I'm like, I don't know, but we're in for a ride. So, love that. I was not as explorative. That's not a word.
Exploratory? I mean, you didn't explore a lot.
I didn't explore the controls right off the bat.
Okay.
As much as you did. I waited for the prompts to come up on the level.
Probably would have been smarter.
In a way. I mean, I had three instances where the game bugged out, but they didn't break the game. One of them was the prompt to reload, and the first time it tells you how to reload,
Yep.
it just wouldn't work for me until I went down to the next like level.
Oh, okay.
You know how they're like there's like a
Yeah.
height mechanic there where you're going down ladders.
Yep.
And then the other bug I had was pretty early on. I was fighting one of the creatures. I was shooting it, and like something happened. There was a weird collision, and my character started doing this like slow, like move. Like the character was vibrating, but also like going up.
Okay.
And it started like kind of ponging against the screen until it got up to the next level, the next floor, and then it fell. The character fell and was like, all right, I'm good now. Let's keep going, which was interesting. And that was really it for issues. But other than that, it was fantastic. I really enjoyed the light mechanic. It was so simple, but it kind of added a level to the game that was complex enough. Like trying to find the pro coins, how like you could only see so much.
Yeah,
that
and
like horror mechanic.
I don't know if you got to the level that I had the most trouble with. I don't remember what level number it was, but you start on the right, you're going to the left, and not far in, there's a set of stairs, and then there's a moving platform. And you have to use the moving platform to go across the entire thing, and it's pitch dark.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, great. Yep. And I just kept failing and failing and failing. But then when I did get it, I was just like, I had that nice endorphin rush of success where I was like, yes, all right, I can move forward. And then I died to the barrel at the end of the level and had to do it all again. But I did have the endorphin rush of success for a fleeting moment.
Yeah, I switched characters pretty early on as well. I did a few levels with the Master Chef, and then I switched to the Bunny. And those are the only two characters I played. But if the other characters, like if those are a good indication of the other characters, like they're different enough to where like I'm not going to have a problem playing through with each character because they're like completely different. And that's kind of overall what I really enjoy about the game and why I'm really looking forward to playing it this weekend and finishing it and spending some time with it is because the levels are short enough and the game sounds short enough to where I can blow through it like in a short amount of time and get that same fulfillment. It kind of answers the question of I've been having recently of games are just too damn long.
Yeah, I mean this is definitely a good palate cleanse of like, hey, maybe you only have an hour in between a couple things. You're like, I just want to bust out, do a quick run here, and it definitely satisfies that. And plus, it saves your progress of whatever level you were on anyway. So even if you did have to stop, you can just pick it right back up if you wanted to.
Yeah.
The only time I had a bug was early on. Or not early on, the first level. One of the times I was in the first level, where there's the Pokeball to the right with the coins, and you have to destroy the boxes to get in there.
Yeah.
Something happened at the exact same time where I shot one of the boxes to break it, and I jumped, so there was like an explosion at the same time. It lifted my character up through the ceiling, and I just kept going, almost like I was on a ladder going up, and then I was completely out of bounds and fell completely out of the game and was just running. And I couldn't see my character because it was in blackness, but I was just like, all right, that's a restart. But that was the only time I ever had anything was when a weird physical like glitch knocked me out of the game.
Yeah, that sounds similar to that bug that I had. And I was in a different area, so I had a place for my character to land, and it didn't affect anything. For me, at least.
If you heard that, don't worry. Max is fine. I swear.
Trying to think about anything else that's like really noteworthy. I really enjoyed the pop culture references and like the blend of different movie tropes and stuff like that.
It definitely gets the tropes in there. Like I said at the top, Doom inspired, Duke Nukem inspired. I remember old Duke Nukem's of like the platform and
Definitely has some alien vibes.
Yes, especially. I mean, it's called Alien Scumbags, so it's definitely got the alien
got the head
vibes.
crab thing going on. And
yes, the head crab.
Dark corridors.
Head crabs, dark corridors. You're on a spaceship, and when you do get to the end, you have to fight the mother, or you know, what is it? It's itty bitty. You have to fight itty bitty. And if that tells you anything about what you need to fight, you'll understand. But you got to fight itty bitty. Itty bitty gave me a hell of a run the first time, but now I have conquered itty bitty, and I have conquered my fear of arachnophobia that I didn't really have. But
I feel like there was something else.
I mean, at $5.99 in early access, when they say if you watch like the trailers and stuff, and even in the press kit, which I don't have this part written down, but I'm not worried about it. They're going to be doing more to it. So it's like $5.99 on Steam, June 17th, and everything we're saying for a nice little run through is good. But if they're going to be doing more, I'm excited to see what the more is.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. Overall, I was pleasantly surprised, and I'm looking forward to playing it more. So,
and as far as I'm concerned, Matt saying he's pleasantly surprised and looking forward to playing it more is more praise than I can give it, because Matt was blinded by the game. I didn't tell him anything he was expecting, or I did and he didn't read it. And then he played it and liked it. And for Matt, who has, like he said, doesn't shy away or doesn't stray from AAAs that much, and has a very almost specific palette, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
For this one to grab you is, I think, a good sign for it.
Yeah, I kind of need this type of game.
I enjoy it, but
it could just be good timing, I guess, in one sense. I kind of need this type of game. There isn't really any of my normal games coming out. Like, I guess Last of Us Part 2, but like that's still, I don't even know, a week or two out, something like that. I don't even know when it comes out.
After this.
Yeah. So my plan now is to interject it be my short palate cleanser when I get sick of getting my truck stuck in SnowRunner.
Yeah.
Which is also kind of a weird game for me to play, but
yeah.
Sometimes it gets a little frustrating, and it'll be nice to step away
and just murder aliens.
Put a level or two in, you know, with whatever odd character that I have unlocked or whatever, and then, you know, get the old back and forth going.
Yeah, murder some alien scumbags. So overall from us, thumbs up.
Thumbs up, especially for the price.
Yeah, thumbs up at $5.99. I don't think you can go wrong. So that's it for us.
That's it. That's all I got. Go play the game.
Go play the game. Go give it love. Go wishlist it on Steam. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.